When it comes to the UFC, there's nothing fake about it in the grandest of senses. They are real men and women going into a cage and trying to beat the crap out of each other until one of them is KO'd, taps out, or in certain cases, time runs out. Watch the tail of the tape throughout the years and you'll see that there have been plenty of people hurt inside the octagon, and UFC 264 was no different. There were brutal hits, a woman getting a third eye, and a main event not going how anyone predicted. Allow us to break it down for you, but before we do that, go ahead and do us a favor by leaving a like on this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Do you want to win an iPhone 12, maybe a MacBook Pro? How about $500 cash? All you have to do is comment the secret hidden message somewhere in this video. That's it. Oh, and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep affording these giveaways. Winner will be announced at the last day of each month. Thanks for watching and good luck. Number 7. What happened in the main event? In an anticlimactic and painful end to their third and much anticipated matchup, Dustin Poirier beat Conor McGregor by TKO in the first round in the UFC 264 Saturday night after McGregor appeared to have broken his leg or ankle. The two men had faced off twice before and talked a lot of trash in the lead up to the match at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, but Poirier came out on top in the short contest. "This is not over. If I have to take this outside with him, I'll go outside," McGregor said after the match, still sitting in the octagon as trainers inspected his lower left leg. UFC commentator Joe Rogan told McGregor that Poirier said he believed that his check of one of McGregor's kicks is what broke his leg. "There was no check," McGregor insisted, then launching into a string of insults directed towards Poirier. After the match, Poirier said he wished he had gotten a stoppage by strikes, but a win is a win. "I felt like I was in control of the fight. I feel like his leg is the result of a defensive move, me checking it, a kick," he said. McGregor, 22-6, and Poirier, 28-6, are longtime rivals.
It's like when they came together, McGregor. Yeah, they both missed. It looked like they came together.
He fell back on his own ankle.
Oh, he missed.
In 2014, McGregor defeated Poirier at UFC 178 with a first-round KO, but in January, Poirier got his revenge at UFC 257 with a second-round finish. UFC President Dana White told reporters after the match that McGregor would be having surgery soon, and announced he intends to schedule a fight between Poirier and Charles Oliveira for the lightweight title, something that many suspected would happen earlier, but the rubber match came first. This is sadly the chaotic element the UFC fights are known for. You might recall a certain UFC fighter having a broken leg happen to him mid-match.
I was boxing the bleeding head off him, kicking the bleeding leg off him. Usual shite dive to close the distance. This is not over. If we had to take this outside with him, it's all outside.
In absolutely gruesome fashion, and now with McGregor having a similar deal, it's gonna give some people pause. Number 6. Poirier's reaction. As we already noted, there's no love lost between McGregor and Dustin Poirier, and there were a lot of people expecting this to be a war, so for it to end like it didn't feel satisfying to many, especially Dustin. You never want to get a win that way, but what happened was a result of checking a kick, Poirier told MMA Junkie at a post-fight news conference. "I'm more than sure of it, and he got what he had coming to him. Karma's a mirror, and I busted mine for so long to put myself in this position. I doubled down on myself, and it paid off."
He said that he believes that one of the kicks that he checked is what broke your leg. There was no check. There was not one of them I checked. Your wife is in me DM.
But despite McGregor's questionable choice of words, Poirier insists he wishes no ill will towards the Irish superstar. "Listen, Conor said some nasty stuff that didn't make it on UFC Embedded," Poirier said. "Maybe when this behind the scenes for this fight airs, you'll see him on the ground still saying some really bad stuff. But even that stuff being said, I don't wish serious harm like that on anybody. The guy's got kids. I want him to go home safe to his family. I pray before these fights. Every time before I walk through the octagon door, I'm praying that not for me to win, I'm praying that we both get out of this safe, because I know what I'm going to try to do to him, and I know what he's going to try to do to me."
With a punch and step back. Tell us what you felt. Tell us what you thought was going on. Just the thing had separated and my bleeding landed on the wonky leg like Anderson Silva that time.
Number 5. Dana White. If anyone is the most disappointed in what happened, that would honestly be Dana White, because for him, Conor McGregor is one of his biggest stars. and things seemed to be looking up for McGregor after his return from retirement in 2020. But then the pandemic postponed things, and then he lost to Poirier, and now he suffered a broken ankle while in the ring. Not exactly the best of times for the baddest man on the planet. Even Dana doesn't know when he'll be back. It could be a while, White said of McGregor's recovery timetable, comparing the injury to the broken leg Chris Weidman suffered versus Uriah Hall at UFC 261.
You know, second leg break, and you know what, the last 3 fights or something. It sucks. It's brutal. It's you know, it's not the way you want to.
His ankle snapped from throwing punches. White said of McGregor he was fighting back. It wasn't like he was up against the cage with Dustin unloading punches on him. If his ankle doesn't break, I think we get to the end of the road. Dana later said that a 4th fight was more than likely for the basic reason that it can't end like this. And fans would agree. It going like it did, it was not a true rubber match. And even the biggest of McGregor's detractors can't say that an injury like this isn't a legit reason to get another match between the two. Number 4, the champ's thoughts. UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira was asked about his thoughts on the fight, and he did indeed have thoughts, including some on his next opponent via Poirier. It's really sad what happened to McGregor, but if you look at Poirier's game, he's been improving a lot. He's been putting a lot of pressure, so he deserves the win, Oliveira said before Steve-O interrupted to pay his respects to the champ.
Something similar to that. It's a fucking mad out business. Fuck's sake! Listen, it was a wild fight for as long as it lasted. I'm sure you'll be back, and I'm sure you're going to want Dustin.
I'm not impressed by anyone. I'm the one impressing people, Oliveira added. I'm making new history for everyone. That sounds rather McGregor-ish, doesn't it? Either way, these two are going to clash, and hopefully it'll be a more fulfilling conclusion than what happened in this main event. Number 3, Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, you knew he was going to go and react to this, right? And of course, Money Mayweather let the money talk for him, because he didn't go and blast McGregor for the injury. He didn't call his former rival a klutz or anything. He went to Twitter and showcased the ticket stub for a bet he made that showed he picked Poirier to win and bet $50K on him. He thanked Poirier for that, and the Diamond replied, "I got you, champ." Number 2, Ronda Rousey. While it's true that many reactions were that of shock and disappointment in what happened to McGregor, McGregor himself has been stating that he'll be fine and is already preparing for his next bout in the UFC.
The frustration boiling over for Conor McGregor. That post-fight interview brought to you by EA Sports UFC 4. Shape your legend in EA Sports UFC 4. Get up to 50%.
And that impressed a certain someone, mainly in that of Ronda Rousey. I'm amazed that as soon as you hit the ground, you were already promoting the next fight. At the Notorious MMA, she wrote, "I def wouldn't have had the mind to do that. The other fighters at UFC and media are lucky to have you." McGregor thanked Ronda for her support, and that indeed meant a lot because Ronda knows what it's like to have an epic career in the UFC and then suffer a string of losses. In fact, that's why she left the UFC and went to the WWE for a spell and is now having a kid. Now, as for Conor, number 1, Conor's reaction.
Dustin Poirier fight for the title, and Conor's healed and ready to go. You do the rematch, I guess. I don't know.
Did you, I mean, obviously it appeared a pretty clear leg break. Do we have like official medical confirmation?
As of right now, Conor McGregor has tweeted and said that he's already out of surgery. It was excellent, and he claims that after 6 weeks on a crutch, he'll be ready for more action. Oh, and as for how he saw the fight, it was a hell of a first round. It would have been nice to get into that second round and then to see what's what. But it is what it is. That's the nature of the business. It was a clean break of the tibia, and it was not meant to be, McGregor said. "Dustin, you can celebrate that illegitimate win all you want, but you've done nothing in there. That second round would have shown all."
I'm kicking the bleeding leg off him. Yous will show you do to close the distance. This is not over. If we have to take this outside with him, it's all outside. We don't give a bollocks.
Onward and upwards we go, team. We dust ourselves off, we build ourselves back, and we come back better than ever. Bravado? Perhaps, but it's honestly hard to contest things when an injury like this is what ended the fight. Could McGregor have won in round 2 like he claimed? Maybe. Or it might have gone to round 3 and it could have ended in a decision. We'll never know, but what we do know is that Conor McGregor will be back, and he definitely wants Poirier when he gets back. And there you have it, everyone, a look at the main event of UFC 264 and how various people reacted to it all. Can you believe that's how the main event ended? Do you feel bad for Conor McGregor and how his luck has turned in the UFC as of late? Do you think he deserves one more shot against Poirier? Go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.